Bihari
Jaya Radha Rama Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text number 2. Etat veditum ichchami Tattvam tattvavidam vara Harer adbhuta viryasya Kata loka sumangalaha Etat veditum ichchami Tattvam tattvavidam vara Harer adbhuta viryasya Kata loka sumangalaha Etat veditum ichchami Tattvam tattvavaram tattvavidam vara Harer adbhuta viryasya Katha loka sumangalaha.
Etad veditum ichami.
Etad veditum ichami.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Kataloka sumangalaha.
Kataloka sumangalaha.
Etad veditam ichami.
Etad veditam ichami.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Kataloka sumangala.
Kataloka sumangala.
Etad veditam ichami.
Etad veditam ichami.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Kataloka sumangala.
Kataloka sumangala. Etad veditam ichami.
Etad veditam ichami.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Tattvam tattva vidambara.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Hare adbhuta viryasya.
Kataloka sumangalaha.
Kataloka sumangala.
Anybody else? Etat,
Etad,
this,
This.
veditum,
veditum,
to understand,
To understand.
chami,
ichami.
wish,
I wish.
tattvam,
Tattvam,
truth,
truth.
tattvavidam,
Tattvavidam.
of those who are well versed in the absolute truth.
Of
Those who are well versed in the absolute truth.
Vara,
Vara.
O best,
O best.
Hare,
Hare.
of the Lord,
Of the Lord.
Adbhuta Viryasya,
Adbhuta viryasya.
the one who possesses wonderful potencies.
The one who possesses wonderful potencies.
Kataha,
Kataha.
narrations,
Narrations.
Loka,
Loka.
for all planets.
For all planets.
Sumangalaha,
Sumangala.
auspicious.
Auspicious.
Translation by Divine Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The king said, I wish to know narrations concerning the Lord who possesses wonderful potencies, or certainly auspicious for living beings in all planets. Please repeat. The king said,
The king said,
I wish to know
I wish to know
narrations concerning the Lord
narrations concerning the Lord
who possesses wonderful potencies,
Who
who possesses wonderful potencies,
are certainly auspicious
certainly auspicious
for living beings
for living beings
in all planets.
in all planets.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of narrations of the activities of the Supreme Lord, is auspicious for all living beings residing in every planet. One who takes it as belonging to a particular sect is certainly mistaken. Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly a very dear scripture for all devotees of the Lord, but it is auspicious even for the non-devotees also, because it explains that even the non-devotees hovering under the spell of the material energy can be delivered from such clutches if they hear the narrations of the Srimad Bhagavatam with devotion and attention from the right source, representing the Lord by disciplic succession. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Snapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakatamakyam Dadati Swapadam Digam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Kangum Langayati Giriam Yatkripataham Vande Shri Gurum Diltarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesh Shunivadi Paschati Deshadarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are in 8th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, of the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Questions by King Parikshit. So we saw in the last chapter how Narada Muni had a few questions and Lord Brahma explained him on the different topics. First concerning the universal form of the Lord. Then he spoke about different things about the Lord's activities, different energies, etc. So here, Brahma, he summarizes the description to Narada, and the next chapter starts with questions by King Parikshit. So King Parikshit, in this verse, at least very nicely it is explained how King Parikshit is asking all these questions not for his welfare, of course for his welfare also, but primarily for the welfare of all peoples in all planets, all the living beings in all planets. Hare Rabudha Vidyasya Katha Loka Katha Loka Sumangala. So auspicious narrations concerning the Supreme Personality of God, who is Supreme, Adbhuta, who is wonderful potencies. And everything concerning the Supreme Lord is all auspicious. So it is going to benefit everyone from all planets. So here the purport also Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that Srimad Bhagavatam is the best medicine for everybody in Kalinga, because it is going to benefit not as any certain particular sect, but everybody, including materialistic people, even non-devotees. So that is what is explained here very beautifully. So we can see some examples of how it benefits some non-devotees in the course of discussion. So start with the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam is actually explained in at least the beginning of this chapter. 4 to 5 verses talks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So why is Srimad Bhagavatam so much glorified? So we know that there are 18 primary Puranas, and Vyasadeva, he has written all those 18 Puranas, and some of them he has classified as Tamasa Purana, which is meant for people in the mode of darkness, ignorance, and some of them he has classified as people in the mode of passion, like Brahma Purana, Markandeya Purana. And there are some Puranas, 6 of them, 6, and another 6. So those are called as Sattvika Puranas. So those are meant for people who are going in the mode of goodness. So Bhagavad Gita Krishna explains, Urdhvam gachanti satvataha madhye tishtanti rajasaha adho gachanti tamasa. So mode of material natures is very important. So people in the mode of goodness, Krishna says, will go to the higher planets, and people in the mode of passion will remain in the same Guloka. And people in the mode of darkness will go to the lower planetary, lower life forms or lower planetary systems. So, amongst all this, the Sattvika Puranas, or the Puranas in the mode of goodness, the best amongst all of them is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the crest jewel of the entire Vedic knowledge. It is the ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. So, even in the Jiva Goswami, this Sandarbha, so he mentions in the first Sandarbha, how Srimad Bhagavatam is the best amongst all the Smriti Shastras. So he says that all the Itihasas and Puranas, they are like Panchama Veda. They are as good as the Vedas. And in fact, without understanding the Puranas, if you try to understand Vedas, it's going to be confusing. It's only going to mislead a reader. So that's why it is said in the beginning of the narration of the Puranas, Vyasadeva writes, that Itihasa Puranabhyam Veda Sopyam Brahmayet Vibeti Alpa Shruta Vedaha Mamayam Karishyate. Which means that that Itihasas and Puranas are the guiding light for the Vedas. It is said the Vedas becomes very afraid, very fearful for the reader because he's going to get misunderstood. He's going to misunderstand the Vedic literatures unless he reads it from the light of the Itihasas and Puranas. So, as we just saw, the best amongst this Itihasa Purana, the top of the pyramid is Srimad Bhagavatam. So we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself how Veda Vyasa, so after compiling all the Vedic literatures, he compiles all the Puranas, he compiles Mahabharata, then he is still not very satisfied. He still feels that he is not done the best work that could be done for the welfare of humanity. So that is when Sage Narada arrives and he guides him on what is the best, what should be written, what is the best for the entire humanity. By reading which, by hearing which, one attains the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is the conclusion of all the work of Veda Vyasa. So, having said that, the Puranas itself, Garuda Purana especially, it mentions how Srimad Bhagavatam is the best conclusion of all Vedas. So it says that Arthoyam Brahma Sutrana Mahabharatasya Nirnayaha Gayatri Bhashyo Rupo Asau Vedartha Paribrahmana, which means that the Srimad Bhagavatam is the Vedanta Sutra's natural commentary. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said the same thing. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not write a commentary on Vedanta Sutras. All the previous acharyas wrote commentaries. So Ramanuja, Shankaracharya, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, they wrote commentaries on Vedanta Sutras. Because it is part of the process. If you want to establish something new, it is important at least to comment on three important literatures. It's called Prashnanatraya. So one is the Vedanta Sutra, which represents all the Upanishads and everything. Another is Bhagavad Gita. And the third one is 10 Upanishads. So they have to comment at least on 10 Upanishads. Kena, other Upanishads. Otherwise, one is not said to have given a conclusive, comprehensive idea. So if he is proposing a new idea, he is supposed to establish your idea and you have to balance it out and you have to, you have to balance it out from commenting all the other literatures. These three important literatures. Because there are a lot of different viewpoints that is coming and you have to rationalize and you have to establish that your idea is correct. So this was done only by these three different acharyas before. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he purposely chose not to write anything on the Vedanta Sutras. Although later, Jiva Goswami, Baladeva Vidyabhushan, he wrote the commentary. So that's because he considers Srimad Bhagavatam as the natural commentary of Vedanta Sutras. So that is what Garuda Purana says. Arthoyam Brahma Sutrana. It gives the meaning of the Brahma Sutras.
So it says that in the Garuda Purana also.
Yes.
Okay.
And it says Bharathartha Vidyamaya. So Mahabharata's meaning is also given by the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Gayatri Bhashya. So it also explains the meaning of Gayatri. So Gayatri is the most potent way to achieve the perfection in life. So that is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Vedartha Paribhamita. So it explains the boundary. Paribhamita means the boundary. Paribhasha. The boundary of the Vedartha. All the Vedas. So such a glory, such a place has been given for Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Shankaracharya did not worry about commenting on Srimad Bhagavatam. He left it alone. Because it is the ultimate, the most purest of purest the compilation of Vedas. And it is completely about the Supreme Lord and the devotees of the Supreme Lord. So there is no place for bringing in Mayavada philosophy there. So he avoided that. Although later followers of the school of Monism, so they thought they are good enough to comment on Srimad Bhagavatam, and they made all these different things, different wrong interpretations. So Ramanuja's followers, they commented, one of the followers commented on Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada also used that commentary. And Madhva follower also, the Yaduvarya Kirtan, so he also commented on Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam, especially for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is the most ultimate book. Because we understand the place of Srimad Bhagavatam. So again and again it is emphasized. Not just in Srimad Bhagavatam, but everywhere else, as we just saw. That in Kali Yuga especially, the most potent way to achieve perfection, to achieve devotion to Krishna, is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavad Gita explains the science of self-realization. It gives one the ways to practice. It talks more about on the Sambandha philosophy. So what is the relationship between the Jiva and the Paramatma, and what is the Prakriti and other different things. But does it explain to a good extent, although it gives glimpses of the yoga systems, but doesn't explain the Abhideya process to a great extent, because it doesn't give you examples. So you can have theoretical knowledge, but unless you go to the practical laboratory and do the experiments, how are you going to realize it? It's going to be incomplete. So Srimad Bhagavatam was felt necessary. So Vedavyasa, after compiling Mahabharata, in which Bhagavad Gita is a part, so he wrote this Srimad Bhagavatam, because that is a practical demonstration of the life of great souls, great devotees, who have shown by their examples, who have overcome the different difficulties, challenges presented to them in their life, by applying the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and showing the right way. So, especially in the Kali Yuga, so people are Manda Sumanda Matiyo. They are very, very unfortunate, they are very fickle-minded, they cannot put their mind on anything for more than 5 minutes. The mind keeps wandering different places. So they are more attached to hearing stories, and they like to hear stories. That's why people switch on television and put soap operas, to see different serials. They like to follow on a day-to-day basis. So that's because they can connect themselves to the different characters and the different things going on in the soap operas. So, but the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is actually the serial that we have to be learning every day. Instead of switching on the TV, so switch on Srimad Bhagavatam and hear from Srila Prabhupada and great souls on the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because that gives not just the story or application aspect, but gives more explanation on how to apply in our own life. So Srimad Bhagavatam itself is a wonderful compilation, but for unfortunate souls like us, we need purport of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise our understanding will not be complete. So, talking about that, so even the Puranas themselves, we just saw from Garuda Purana, but there is an entire section in the Padma Purana which talks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's called Bhagavata Mahatmya. Some of you might already know that. So I'm going to narrate how the Srimad Bhagavatam was actually spoken by great souls. A few glimpses from that. So we all know Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. But that is within the narration of Suta Goswami to Shaunaka Rishi. So there is a narration within the narration. And even within the Bhagavatam, there are many different discussions. Just like we have the Narada Muni is asking questions to his father, Lord Brahma. So it goes on and on, different discussions. Just like in a serial, you see different discussions, a glimpse from here, a glimpse from there, it goes on like that. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam also, so it keeps the interest of the reader, same time it gives the medicine to solve, to address the disease of this material attachment, Bhava Roga. So this Bhava Roga is the distress, the disease that all of us are suffering with. The attachment to the material world, attachment to the material possessions. So, in order to cut that knot of material attachment, so Srimad Bhagavatam is giving instructions from different great souls. So here, Srimad Bhagavad Mahatmya, so it starts with Narada. So we saw it here in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we all know the disciplic succession, our disciplic succession of the Brahma Marga Gaudiya Sampradaya. So who is the first one? What is the disciplic succession?
Brahma.
Krishna, of course.
Krishna.
So Krishna comes from. So that narration is actually Bhagavatam line. Bhagavatam was actually spoken from Krishna to Brahma. And that is very nicely it's summarized in 4 verses. So we all know this 4 verses called Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. And that is the coming the next chapter of this second canto. So Lord Krishna is giving this knowledge to Brahma in just 4 verses. And Brahma is giving this knowledge to him. Who is the next in line?
Narada.
So Narada comes in line, and we see in the previous chapter also Lord Brahma is explaining to Narada. But that is the intermediate story. So Narada definitely hears from Brahma, but he also hears from his brothers, Sanat Kumaras. So that is a part of the story here in the Bhagavad Mahatmya. So Mataji mentioned a couple of days back that she likes stories, and stories is what really gets the point to her. So I just made a point to have some stories related to Srimad Bhagavatam. And so what happens here is Sage Narada, so he's traveling everywhere. He's traveling to different places for pilgrimage. And as part of his course of his travel, so he comes to this Vrajabhumi, Mathura in fact. So he comes to Mathura, and then he sees that there is a very young, beautiful lady. And just next to the young, beautiful lady, there are many maidservants. And along with all these maidservants, the young lady, there are 2 old men lying there. And they appear to be completely unconscious. Although they are breathing, they are not dead yet. So this is a glimpse that he is looking at, and he's very surprised. In Mathura, what is happening here? It's a big scene. So he goes there and then he inquires, "Oh mother, so who are you and what are you doing here? So what is your background?" So then that young lady, she says that actually I am Bhakti Devi. I am the goddess of devotion. And these 2 old-looking men are actually my sons. They are Jnana and Vairagya. So they are my sons. So Jnana is knowledge and Vairagya is renunciation. So Bhakti is the mother, or the devotion is the mother, and the offsprings are Jnana and Vairagya. The renunciation and what is Jnana? Knowledge. So, Srimad Bhagavatam also, the first canto we see, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Chanayati Ansu Vairagya Jnananam Tad Haitukam. So, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. So, what is the outcome of Bhakti? So, outcome of Bhakti is Chanayati. Chanayati means it brings forth. It results in Asu Vairagyam. Automatically, Vairagyam comes. So when someone does devotion, automatically renunciation from material things comes. That is why our Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada always has advised us, Yukta Vairagya. So he knows very well that we cannot live our gadgets, our possessions, we cannot live them. It's very difficult to get us away from all those things. Because we are born in this material world, it's an iron age. Everybody is attached to material things. Especially gadgets. Nobody can live without gadgets for a day, even for a day. So, having said that, so what happens is, he mentioned Yukta Vairagya, principle of Yukta Vairagya, which means that you engage you have material possessions, the service of Krishna. That way, detachment automatically comes. So that is a natural way to get detached. So he did not advise us to do the Markata Vairagya or the monkey's renunciation. So monkeys, always what does it? They have a lot of different, they don't even dress themselves. Right? Monkeys are close to humans, right? In one sense, they can learn and do things, so it's easy to understand. They look very detached, but although they are very detached, but they have their different illicit affairs with different other monkeys and things. So it's not really as good as it appears. So Markata Vairagya is not something that he wanted. So he wanted Yukta Vairagya. You become engaged. So he made all the hippies who were attached to different things. He made them marry, and then he made them become grihasthas, so that they engage their senses, they engage their mind, they work, and then they help in Krishna service, in furthering the movement. So he knew how to engage all of them in devotional service. That was Srila Prabhupada, he's an acharya. So in the same way, here you see that Janayati Ashu Vairagya, that's where we came from. So bhakti results in Vairagya, and bhakti also results in Jnana. Jnananam tad ahaitukam. So it results in ahaituka bhakti, ahaituka jnana, or pure knowledge. Doesn't result in just knowledge. Knowledge could be anything. So knowledge could mean knowledge about the material world, knowledge about how to make money, knowledge about different things, how to engage our senses and be happy. So far. So this is not that knowledge. It gives you the pure knowledge, ahaituki, apati. So that is the beauty of Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam gives these two things. Coming back to the story, so we have this how the Bhakti Devi, so she has two sons. She has Jnana and Vairagya as two sons. But these two sons, how did they become old? Narada was very interested in finding. Narada Muni asked, it's very amusing. You were so young, your Bhakti Devi. So why did you come here in the first place? And why you say your sons and they are so old? So what is your story? So he asked the question, and Bhakti Devi replies, actually I was sent by Krishna. As soon as Krishna left this planet, Kali Yuga started. So he asked me to be here and help nourish the devotees and help them engage in bhakti. So at the end of Dwapara Yuga, she says that even Mukti was there, but she also left. There is no work for Mukti in Kali Yuga, because people won't be interested in liberation. They'll be interested in Dharma, Kama, and Artha. They'll be interested in making money and engaging in different things for their material welfare. They won't be interested in Mukti. So even if we preached Krishna consciousness to so many people, so we try to entice them. This is the highest. This is the highest thing that you can get. Prahalad Maharaj is saying that this is the highest self-interest one can have. That to surrender to Krishna. Because you get mukti. At least that way they get enticed, that you can get liberated from the sorrows of material world. But, so as Bhagavatam explains, the happiness that is available to the pigs is available to that's what people are attached to. The pigs are also there, they are also very happy with whatever they get to eat. They have their own associates. They're very so happy in this material world. And in fact, there's a story of how Indra, he came and he was cursed to become a pig. I forgot that exact story. And then, so Lord Brahma was, it was a time, specific time for which he had to be in that state. And then Lord Brahma came to ask him, please return now, that your time of course is over, now we can come back. But he did not want to come. He was so happy in this, in that situation. He did not want to come. So, and then he was reminded of his position, that you are Indra and things and so on and so forth, and he finally realized who he is and he came back. So that's the story. I can probably find the source for it, but it's there, Prabhupada also. And So going back to that, how everyone is so attached to their material possessions and satisfying their material senses. It's very difficult to take them out of this. So even if you talk about birth and death and talk about the sorrows of the material world, Dukhalim doesn't enter their ears. They're not interested. So it's very difficult to, and because they don't want to give up, they don't want vairagya. Because they don't want to be separated from that. And they might even be a little bit interested in jnana. But if you talk about bhakti to them, okay, you don't have to live anything, chant Hare Krishna, do a little thing. Okay, I can do that. That I can understand. So let me at least chant one round Hare Krishna. Let me chant. Come and take prasad and then chant Kirtanam. I can come once in a while. I can do that. So that they can relate to. So that's why bhakti is easy to get, but easier to start. So I'm coming to that. Before that, let me go to that. Let me complete the story. So Mukti left, or Krishna left, then Mukti left, then Bhakti was asked to stay. So Bhakti stayed, and she stays in the Padma Purana and Bhagavad Mahatmya, how she was born in Dravida Desh, which is the South India. Dravida is usually Tamil Nadu. So then she was brought up in Karnataka, and then she comes to Maharashtra, and she goes to Gujarat. And in Gujarat, she says that she became old. And she became old and she became very unable to walk also. She becomes in that situation. So the purport is that so we know that how the Dravida Desh is the place where Ramanuja appeared and Alvars appeared, and Karnataka is a place where our Parampara also started, Madhva Sampradaya. So then Maharashtra, still this great history of the great devotees there, legacy of great saints like Tukaram. So then comes to Gujarat, she says that. So all these names are there in the Puranas, very interesting. There's also the name of Utkala. Utkala means Orissa. And Gujarat's name is also there, interestingly. So then, and when she comes to Gujarat, she becomes old and invalid. And she is unable to walk. And then somehow or other, she comes to Mathura. And when she comes to Mathura, she says that she regained her youth. Because Mathura is vibrating with Lord Krishna's presence. Although he has left the planet, his presence is always there. And so she regained her youth. But her sons, Jnana and Vairagya, they were still old. And they did not wake up, they are still unconscious. So she is in a very piteous condition, and she is wailing. So when Narada Muni, she says, "Oh, great soul, please come. So I'm very happy to see you. We're so fortunate to associate with you. Please tell a samadhan, please tell a solution for this. Please help me out of the situation. I've been waiting for so long. I've been asked by Lord to stay here, and I try to do my service, but I'm in this situation. You only can help me. I trust you. I know you are a great legacy, you are a son of Lord Brahma, you are such a great soul, such a pure devotee, so you only can help me. Nobody else can help me." So Narada Muni also understands, yes, Devi, she is the service of Lord Krishna, and it is my service to help her out now. So he thinks about different things. He thinks about, let me do, what do I do? So he thinks first, let me first try to tell something in the ears of the two old men. So he tries to chant Gayatri in the ears. So that's the initiation process. The initiation process is a guru gives the Gayatri mantra in the ears of the disciple. And then, but that doesn't help them. They kind of try to wake up, they again go back to slumber. Then he chants the Vedic mantras, he chants different other things, auspicious mantras. But they don't wake up. There's no effect on them at all. They try to wake up, there is some movement, but they again go back to sleep. Then he is settled for legs now. what can be done now? So I think I tried everything I know. I have tried all these things that I thought was the most auspicious thing. So when he was about to just kind of not give up, but kind of becoming confused, the voice came from the ISKCON. Said that, do the most auspicious thing. And as when he heard it, then, most auspicious thing? What do you think I did all this time? I tried to do all the auspicious things to whatever I knew of. So what is the most auspicious thing? So that's when, so he thought that he has to ask someone. So Narada Muni, he goes to, he travels different places and finally comes to Sanat Kumaras. So Sanat Kumaras, and then they explain the situation. The most auspicious thing is, what is the answer?
Rehearing Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hearing, yes, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is the most auspicious thing. And Narada, you heard this from your father, Brahma. And so all these Puranas, all these are real events for sure. But these are all written so that we can understand the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Who told Narada again?
Sanat Kumaras.
Yeah.
Sanat Kumaras are the mind-born sons of Lord Brahma, the first sons of Lord Brahma. Excuse me. So then Sanat Kumaras, they narrate a story within a story. So here comes this wonderful story of Dundukhari. Now this explains, this actually is a story very much appropriate for this statement of Prabhupada he mentions. Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly a very dear scripture for all devotees of the Lord, but it is auspicious even for the non-devotees also, because it explains even the non-devotees, even the non-devotees hovering under the spell of material energy can be delivered. So here is just like Srimad Bhagavatam has always been used as a medicine. So it has been used as a medicine to deliver Parikshit, it has been used as a medicine, now going to be used as medicine to deliver those two old men, Jnana and Vairagya. And in that story comes the story of Dundukhari. It's a very interesting story. And so there is a very noble Brahmana by the name Atmadeva. So this Atmadeva, he lives in a place in the South India, in the banks of river Tungabhadra. And he's a very pious man. He's a very pious man. He does his rituals every day without fail. But his problem, he has a problem. And what is the problem? He has no issue. He has no offspring. And so those days in the previous age, in the Vedic age, so everybody wants an offspring. Because Putu Trayate iti Putra. Putra means one who delivers one from the hellish planet called Putu. So Putra, because people they're uncontrolled, sometimes they do a lot of sinful activities. Because of sinful activities, they are put under different hellish planets before they can take a birth again. So we have to go to different hellish planets. And in order to deliver those people from the hellish planets, so an offspring is required. Because an offspring, he will do this Pindadana, he will do this Shraddha ceremony, so that the prasadam of Lord Vishnu can be delivered to the Preta, the man without, or the soul without a body, is hanging in the hellish planets and is suffering. So this prasad can be delivered to him through this yajna called Shraddha, so that can deliver him from that hellish conditions and help him take a birth in a body, in a living body. So this is a very important process in Vedic. So putrahinam griham shunyam. So without an offspring, house is useless. That is the Vedic understanding of Varnashram. So if someone is married, he definitely has to have a child. It's very important, and very important part of the Varnashram. So that's why this Atmadeva was very, very worried. What will happen to me? So if I don't have an offspring, then I'm going to suffer in hellish planets. And he was very pious. He actually doesn't have a suffer in hellish planets, but still that's the thinking, that's the attitude, or that's the current thought in those days. And to have a son is very important. And so he was very worried. So he thought he would go and consult a saint. So he goes and meets a saint. And he tells him his problems. And the saint says, he sees his horoscope and he says, actually Atmadeva, you'll be much better without offspring. And he says, it's better if you don't desire for offspring. It's going to be much worse for you, as per your horoscope. And you better just do what you're doing, continue your pious activities, and that is the best for you. But Atmadeva was not satisfied with the answer. He says, I think I should definitely have an offspring. That's part of my duty. Grahastha duty to have an offspring. So then the saint says, actually, if you desire a child, I can help you get a child. But the child will be the source of sorrow for you. So you better avoid. So that was the instruction. But he said, I don't know, I think this is the best for me. I understand you're saying something good for me, but I think, please bless me with this blessing so that I can get a child. So then the saint gives a fruit. And he says to give it to your wife. This is again a very common story, right? So we have this from Ramayana. So we even see in Bhagavatam also the story of Chitraketu, how he wants a son and source of happiness and distress. Then so he brings the fruit. And he gives it to his wife. And he says that please take this fruit, it's been blessed by the saint, great devotee. So you will get a child in due course, and then that will be the best thing that can happen in our life. And the wife says, okay, so nice of you, now you are helping me in getting a child, but I do not want, she doesn't say that, but she says, my dear Lord, please kindly go for a pilgrimage and come. So I will take this fruit, and by the time you come, definitely the child will be there. She will be happy and he will be satisfied. So she sends him out of the house and he goes for a pilgrimage. She is a little different kind of lady, not a common lady. So she doesn't want a child. She doesn't want to take a burden of raising a child and taking all these things, and she wants to be free from all that. Not for spiritual purpose, but for just enjoying the material situation. There are some people like that. Some ladies like that, very rare to find. So she gives that fruit to a cow. She throws the fruit, in fact. Shows the fruit in the Goshala, and she decides that she doesn't want to take the difficulty of bearing a child and carrying for 9 months and then going through the delivery pain. She doesn't want all that. So rather she would get the child from her sister. So her sister is very close and she is also expecting a child already. So she makes a deal with her. So that I will take care of your child. So I will rear the child, but I don't want to go through this pain of all these things. So you please give me a child. And she throws the fruit with the gosha. And the cow eats the fruit. So happens that cow eats the fruit. So in due course, 2 children are born. So one child to her sister, and which she adopts, and the other child was born in the cow. Because, the human child came from the cow. And but because it was born from the cow, the child had ears like a cow. So the child was given the name Gokarma. Go means cow, and Karma means ears. And so in due course, these 2 children were growing up. And the father came back, Atmadeva came back. And this child, which was born to her sister, he was named as Dundukari. Dundukari means one who does not do auspicious activities. He always does inauspicious activities. Somehow, he is inspired to name as Dundukari. So as per his name, he started doing all sorts of things which always gives pain to his parents. It's pain to his foster parents and also to his parents. And it was really a hellish situation. And as he grew up, he became so adamant and he threw all his parents out of the house and he started to do a lot of illicit activities.
And he was actually the sister-in-law.
Sister's son. Yes. But other son, Gokarna, who nobody knew who he was an orphan, he thought, but he was kind of raised by the Atmadeva. He didn't know that was actually his son. And so he became a saint and became a very nice devotee. So his name was Gokarna, as I already said. So Gokarna was becoming a nice saintly person, and he was becoming a very heroic. So he threw his parents out, and so this Gokarna, he took care of his parents, and then they realized that actually he's the son. So the wife told him later that actually he's born out of the fruit from the cow. He's actually the son. And then he gave them a lot of spiritual education, and then he requested them, please kindly go to and continue meditating upon the Supreme Lord, because it's close to your end of your life, so you should do this, give up everything and continue to service, just focus on that. So he sends his parents and he continues his preaching activities like that. So Dudhikari becomes a notorious rogue, more and more getting worse and worse day by day. And so he has all illicit connections with men, women, different things. So on some of them, finally one day, all these things, when you have all these kind of people as your friends, they are not really friends. As long as they are useful to you, they will make use of you. When you are done, they just kill you or do something to you. Just be done with it. That's what happened to him also. There's all these other associates. They just killed him. So Dundukari died a very horrible death. And so because of his sinful activities, so he was taken to hellish planets. He was suffering so much in the hellish planets. He was not taken to hellish planets, but rather he became a ghost. He became a Brahmaraka, a ghost. And he would come in the dream of his brother, Gokarna, and then he would say, I'm suffering so much without a body. And I realized it's all because of my sinful activities. I did not do anything good in my life. All I did is sinful activities in my life. And I deserve this. But now I'm realizing what I did. And I want to do something to rectify the situation. So please do what is the best for me. So where is all this thing happening? The story, where is this? Who is narrating the story?
Sanat Kumar.
So making sure you're okay. So
Can
and
I
then
just
what
one
happens?
quick point?
Yeah.
Is that usually when you hear a voice from the sky in these stories, it's Narada Muni. But in this case, some voice from the sky is speaking to Narada Muni. I'm just wondering who that was. That was just a little side note.
That's not narrated there, but could be a Sanat Kumar. Possible. The story doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not there in the Purana,
I
exactly.
just thought that was interesting. Narada's hearing a voice. He's always the voice.
Correct. But this Purana is for educating us.
Yeah.
Narada doesn't have to. He knows what is the best. Parikshit knows what is the best. Shukadeva Goswami knows what is the best. Arjuna knows what is the best. Still Bhagavad Gita was spoken. All these are spoken and it happens for our welfare. So let's continue with that.
Yeah.
And so Gokarna, he knows what is the best solution. So he reached Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. So every day he installs a bamboo right in front of him, and he brings that preta, the ghostly form of his brother, into that bamboo. And then every day he reads Srimad Bhagavatam. So for 7 days he reads. At the end of every day, one of the shoots of the bamboo will just burst. At the end of 7 days, please. You had a question? You had a question?
No.
Okay. So at the end of the 7 days, the whole bamboo burst, the loud sound. And then Dundukari came out of that, and then he had this 400 form, and then he got this residence in Vaikuntha Loka, because he heard Srimad Bhagavatam with a rapt attention, because he knew he did mistakes in his life. He repented for his mistakes, and then he heard with rapt attention Srimad Bhagavatam all the 7 days, and because of that attention, he got liberation from this separation of ghostly body, and he got the highest destination of Vaikuntha Loka, going back to Vaikuntha Loka. So this story was narrated by Sanat Kumaras. And so Narada Muni, he heard the story, he understood Srimad Bhagavatam's stories, and as per the advice of Sanat Kumaras, he was advised to go to Haridwar. So from there Bhakti Devi, everybody came there, and he narrated Srimad Bhagavatam. All the sages also came there. So that way, the 2 old men became again young again, and they all became well. So the purport of that story is that in Kali Yuga it is easy to start to do bhakti. But Jnana and Vairagya is very difficult here, because people are reluctant to read, make a time to read the scriptures, or to give up things that we should stop doing, don'ts. And it takes time for them. But ultimately, once someone progresses in devotional service, they realize that you have to release the brakes. Just putting accelerator doesn't help. You have to release the brakes to go forward. So unless you release the brakes, whatever you do on the gas pedal doesn't help. So you cannot go forward. Or one has to give up the anukulyana krishnasya pratikulasya vaja. Give up the unfavorable things and take up favorable things to Krishna consciousness. That's when we can make progress. Proper progress towards devotional service. So this story was narrated. So the Sanat Kumaras also in one sense as brothers, they also as god brothers, they also as guru in one sense, Siksha Guru of Narada Muni. Brahma educates Narada Muni, but Siksha Guru is actually Sanat Kumaras. And also, so we saw Brahma, then we saw Narada, then we saw Vyasa. So we know the Vyasa connection. So Narada Muni came to Vyasa, Srimad Bhagavatam narrates it, the first canto, how he tells him Srimad Bhagavatam is right. So we saw that connection. So then after Vyasa, who is the next? Madhvacharya. So where is that connection? Where does he meet Vyasa? So that is there in Madhva's life history. So Madhvacharya, he goes to Badrikashrama, and there he narrates his Gita, Tatparya, his commentary on Gita, Bhagavad Gita, to the Badrika, Lord Badrikash, Lord Badri Narayana. And so Badri Narayana, he becomes Pratyaksha, appears to him, and then he says, you wonderfully given the good commentary on Bhagavad Gita, I authorize it, and you should go and meet Vyasa. And where is Vyasa? Vyasa is in the upper Badri. It's not accessible to the humans. So humans, we can go to Badrikashrama, lower Badri. There's a higher Badrikashrama where Vyasa is there. So then Madhva Muni, he decides to go to the higher Badri. So he asks his disciples not to come with him. Well, nobody can go there. So, but one disciple follows him without knowing, without his being seen. So then Madhva walks, and finally he jumps peaks to peaks. So he doesn't walk anymore, he flies. So then that is not possible for this disciple. So he does this, and then that disciple falls down to the lower Badri, all the way from that place to this. That's the story. When he goes and meets sage Vedavyasa, and then there he gets this further direction of Bhagavatam. Then that's when after that he writes this commentary of Bhagavatam. Bhagavata Tatparya Nirmaya. So this is the connection, Parampara connection. So we'd like to stop here and open for any questions.
That story, I heard the part where the brother goes into the bamboo, that when he was speaking it was to a village, and he was doing like a Bhagavad Sapta, like 7 days. And like you said, each day they hear a pop. And then they see the soul going up. And so everyone in the village says, what was that? So, well, that was my brother. And he explains why he was there. And then they immediately accuse him of nepotism, of giving special mercy. And he said, no, it's not like that. He was really suffering. So he was, like you said, hearing with full attention. While you were all sitting here, you were thinking about your business or your family or what you're going to have for lunch or whatever, my back hurts, So, and then they would go, oh. So then they immediately said, okay, let us hear in the same way, in the same mood, with rapt attention.
Correct. I didn't mention that, but that is also there. The participants asked him this question and he gave this explanation. Why that happened to him and not to them, rest of them, because they didn't hear with full attention and devotion. Thank you for having me.
No, but thank you for telling the story. It's fantastic.
Yes, Prabhu.
Much earlier in the class, you said that Srila Prabhupada, I think you said Srila Prabhupada, he took commentary from someone in the Ramanuja Sampradaya, and then you also mentioned someone else's name I couldn't catch.
Yaduvarya.
So, where was those commentaries at? Because the common knowledge is that Prabhupada always translated Bhagavatam from a Bhagavatam set that had the commentaries of the four previous acharyas, Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti, and Sridhar Swami. So who is the Ramanuja devotee and that other devotee? I've never heard of them.
Yeah, it's still there. The commentary that Prabhupada referred to and based his commentaries. Of course, he had his own personal inspiration and he wrote a lot of purport on his personal inspiration. But he referred a lot to the six commentaries.
Oh, so it was six, not
six.
four.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sridhar Swami, Madhusudan Saraswati, Jiva Goswami, and these two. One from this Ramanuja and another from another. 6 commentaries.
But he never referred to...
He does refer to this. Vijay Dvajatirtha, that's the name of the...
How you say it? Vijay?
Vijay Dvaja.
Vijay Dvaja.
You will see in his commentaries.
What about, did he ever, Prabhupada ever refer to Madhva's commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam?
He didn't refer to Madhva's commentaries, but Madhva himself wrote a very concise commentary. He didn't comment on verse to verse. So his style will be very concise. So he will take about 10 verses, then he will make a small note. His opinion, make a note, go. So, but his one of the Sampradaya, Vijay Dvaja, so he wrote the commentary verse by verse.
So this Vijay Dvaja, when we recite the line of the disciplic succession, does he come in there?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
It's a different branch.
Different branch. Okay.
I forgot the name of the
He was in the Ramanuja Sampradaya.
No, he's from Madhva Sampradaya.
Oh, he is from
Ramanuja, I forgot the name of who is on.
Oh,
I forgot the name. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this. I only wanted one story, but you gave so many stories. You and your wife is very expert at this, and you got a lot of people's attention. Thank you so much. And one other thing I want to say is about, you're so right about watching serials, and currently I never saw this man running to our house at 2 o'clock. We've been watching a series on Sanishwara. You know who Sanishwara is. Someone made a good movie about it. And it's a serial. So he drops everything. He comes. And I've heard about Sanishwara, but I never know there was a whole story about it. But South Indians, you know how we have Sanishwara's temple.
These are then Puranas.
Yeah.
But many of them they make up in the series.
Yeah.
A lot of them are made up stories.
But it looked like we got some idea where he came from, and the projection in that movies, the sun god, Narada, Indra, all this devotees are there.
And sometimes they put Lord Vishnu in a poor light.
That's the
we also noticed that.
big fault. They equate Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and even to some extent, Shiva appears supreme amongst them. I have another question. That is, what are the 6 Puranas in the Tamasic mode? I mean, there's the Shiva Purana, and what are the...
Shiva Purana, there is Markandeya Purana, there is Skanda Purana is not there. Skanda Purana is Satvika Purana. And I don't remember all the 6, but I know these 3 are Tamasic. Amongst the passion, it's Brahma is there, and Brahma Naradiya Purana is there. There are some Puranas. So it glorifies the mode of passion, the Brahma, Lord Brahma. And so all the Sattva Puranas, Sattvic Purana talks about Lord Vishnu, glorifies Lord Vishnu.
And most of the Tamasic Puranas glorify Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva or Skanda, his son, Devi sometimes.